My fellow Americans, I truly believe that the first 100 days of my administration has been just about the most successful in our country's history.
Hi, I'm Senator Brian Schatz from Hawaii. This week marked the first 100 days of Donald Trump's presidency, and it was unlike anything anyone has ever seen before.
Since my inauguration, economic confidence has soared, reaching higher than any time in 9 years. Optimism among manufacturers is at a record high, and small business confidence has seen its largest increase in nearly 4 decades.
President Trump made a lot of promises to make life better for working and middle-class Americans. But when he proposed his first budget, it was clear his priorities are making life better for the rich, not for everyday Americans.
We're putting in a massive tax cut for the middle class and for business. It's going to have an enormous effect.
During the campaign, we heard the president promise that he would keep jobs here at home, buy and hire American, and hold countries like China accountable for their unfair trade practices.
We're really proud of what we're doing.
But as president, Donald Trump has proposed deep cuts to job training programs, refused to label China a currency manipulator, and has done nothing to stop companies from outsourcing jobs.
The massive Keystone Pipeline, the Dakota Pipeline, tens of thousands of jobs right there.
To get elected, Donald Trump promised health insurance for everybody. But what we saw was an attempt to strip 24 million people of their health care.
Most importantly, we're bringing back jobs. You ask the people of Michigan, you ask the people of Ohio, you can ask the people of Pennsylvania, see what's happening. See the car companies come roaring back in. They don't want to leave. They want to stay here. They want a piece of the action. Our country is going up, and it's going up fast. Our companies are doing better. They just announced fantastic profits, all because of what's happened in this rather short period of time. And that's just the beginning.
What we saw was an attempt to impose an age tax that would have allowed insurance companies to charge you more as you got older for your health insurance.
A truly great judge, Neil Gorsuch, now sits on the United States Supreme Court. Justice Gorsuch is deeply devoted to our Constitution. My administration is the first in modern political era to confirm a new Supreme Court justice in the first 100 days. The last time it happened was 136 years ago in 1881.
From the nominations of unqualified cabinet secretaries like Betsy DeVos and Scott Pruitt to the failed attempt at banning Muslim refugees from our country, this administration and this Congress have governed with cruelty and have broken every promise they made to the American people.
Defending the rule of law is a priority, not just in the courts, but also on the streets and on the border. We've told the incredible police of our nation that they have our full support as they work to bring down violent crime rates. We've taken bold action to go after criminal cartels and made it a top priority to prosecute anyone who targets law enforcement. This has been the work of my administration, fighting for the American worker, defending the rule of law, and returning the power to the American people.
As a candidate, Donald Trump promised time and time again to drain the swamp, but he has filled the swamp in the first 100 days. He's done the opposite, filling his administration with lobbyists and friends.
In just 14 weeks, my administration has brought profound change to Washington. The most fundamental change can be found in the relationship between the people and their government. For too long, politicians cared more about special interests than they did about a very successful future for all Americans. They took our taxpayers' money and sent their jobs and wealth to other countries. Not anymore. From the first day of my administration, I have governed by a simple idea. My only allegiance is to you, our wonderful citizens.
And his conflicts of interest and the ongoing investigation into his Russian ties continue to cast a shadow over the administration and its policies.
The F-35 fighter jet program It was way over budget. I've saved $725 million plus just by getting involved in the negotiation. We're cutting costs, and we're going to have a truly competitive and great country again.
The American people expect bipartisan compromise from the President and the Congress.
Together, we are seeing that great achievements are possible when we put American people first. That's why I withdrew the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. That day was a turning point for our nation. It put the countries of this world on notice that the sellout of the American worker was over. In the following weeks, I took unprecedented actions to reverse federal overreach and unleash job creation. We have slashed burdensome regulations and imposed a policy that for each new regulation, 2 regulations must be erased from the books.
But unless the President changes his approach and reaches out to the Democrats, the next 100 days will be just like the first, a series of broken promises to the families of America.
Perhaps the greatest change of all is the renewal of the American spirit. As long as we have faith in each other and trust in God, then the sun will always shine on our very glorious republic. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.